In the previous video, we did a faceted search example using a custom query, which sent headers from the client to the server to construct a where clause that would filter out data. In this sample, we're going to swap it to a stored procedure. So instead of doing a custom where clause, we're using a dictionary object of procedure parameters, and we're passing in those same parameters that we pulled in from our user context provider, which came from the client. So there were no changes to the code except the data source provider, where we implemented an if statement, which said, hey, if the incoming procedure request is for SP get order summary, then do this. On the server, if we look at our stored procedure, it's a very simple procedure. It takes in 5 parameters and then just does a select statement based on if those parameters exist or not. On the client side, if we go over to Visual Studio Code, nothing changed here. There was no code change at all. We are still using all of the code that we did for our other faceted search. So we have our set additional headers provider. We're passing in our headers. Those headers are being created from HTML select. So I'm just building out this filters array, and that's what's going to be passed back to the server. And then I call refresh dashboard data once that is done. So if we look at this in the browser, we'll see that all of my data shows up by default in my grid because that's how I have my stored procedure set up. But if I want to just get all of my sales managers from Speedy Express, I can click apply, and you'll see here that Speedy Express is the shipper name and sales manager is the title. If we change this to inside sales coordinator and I want to just get everyone from Mexico, we can hit apply and there's no data. If we go down to another country like the UK and hit apply, we'll see that there are 2 items, inside sales coordinator. The shipper name was Speedy Express and Laura Callahan was the salesperson. So moving from a custom query where you can build a where clause and pass that to your database server to a stored procedure is as simple as swapping out that custom query for your stored procedure in the data source provider. And on the client, none of your code needs to change.